we go, losing self-control.
Hey guys, welcome to the day 6 reading vlog of Biannual Bibliothon. So at the moment I'm currently listening to Queen of Blood on audiobook and I only have 4 hours of it to go, and I'm currently at around about the equivalent of 250 pages based on the chapter count, but obviously that isn't accurate because some chapters are longer than others, but it's just like around about so I can situate myself somewhere. What, puss? What you doing? Okay, as for the next physical book I will be reading, I think I'm going to pick up The Golden Fountain by Zuhab Alep. This one, partially because I wanted to pick a new release for the Summer 11 book camp. For a new release, I was just picking anything released in 2018, and it was released in February. And I do have this one from NetGalley, but it was like after the fact, like I didn't get it before the release date. I only got it, I think, maybe 2 weeks ago. So that's the next one I'm going to be reading, and it is a middle grade, so it shouldn't take me too long to read that one. And I just needed another book to read because I've been pretty good with physical reading, so I want to keep that going. I don't want to stop. I just want to keep the flow going. So tomorrow I'll probably pick up that at some point. Oh, today actually, yeah, it's already past midnight. But yeah, so today I'll probably pick that one up at some point. Hopefully I'll get it finished before Biannual Bibliothon finishes. And I've only got that one audiobook to finish, and then I'll completed 7 books, so that's exciting. Usually I'm like on the last day pushing to get everything done so I can get the 7 books, or I like just don't get there at all. So this time I'm actually kind of ahead of schedule, so I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, right now I'm going to go edit the footage for yesterday's reading vlog and probably listen to some more of my audiobook and then go to bed, and I'll talk to yous in the morning. Hey guys, it has been a super rush day. I haven't had a chance to update. It is now about 20 past 3. I have a client coming at 4 o'clock, which was only organised this morning. I didn't know this was happening, but it was only a quick appointment, so it doesn't matter. But I just have wax heating up, so I thought I'd come on and update you guys and also open some mail. I'm not 100% sure whether these two are actually mine. They could be my father's because he ordered some lights for his truck, but I'm not sure. So we'll see what happens. And also this one I'm pretty sure is a DVD from Sanity. So yeah, first off, I finished Queen of Blood by Sarah Beth Durst. I finished the audiobook while I was unpacking my order today. Today I had to go down to the grocery store I used to work at and unpack the order that I did last week, if you saw that in a reading vlog. Anyway, but yeah, that took me about 3 hours, and I've just got home from that. Just went to the post office, picked up my mail, and I've just set up ready for my client to come. I've just got to put my freestanding walls up to block off the rest of the room. But yeah, I thought I'd come on and open my mail first. So I'll open the one from Sanity. If these two aren't anything book related, I'll just crop that bit out, but this one is kind of book related. So I decided to buy Ready Player One by Ernest Cline for Booktubeathon. If you haven't seen my TBR, actually, is my TBR up yet? I don't remember if my TBR is up on my YouTube yet, but it's up on my blog. But in that video, there is a challenge that is read a book to movie adaptation and then watch the movie. Because I didn't actually own any and I couldn't get any on Netflix or Scribd or anything, I couldn't figure out one to watch. So I was going to read The Hunger Games and watch the movie, as I do own The Hunger Games and have read it, and I own the movie and I have watched it. So it would have been a reread and a rewatch for me, which I wasn't too happy about because I really didn't want to reread The Hunger Games. And if I'm gonna reread one of those series that I read like ages ago, I want to reread the entire series in one go. I don't want to just reread one. So I went onto Sanity and had a look at the price of Ready Player One, and I actually had it on special. So I decided to grab it. Originally I wasn't going to because I didn't want to buy, I didn't want to buy any more. Oh wait for that, shut up. I didn't want to buy the DVD and waste any more money. But it's not on Netflix or anything, and I do want to see it, so I'll be rereading the audiobook for Ready Player One and then watching the movie. So yeah, I've heard it's nothing like the book, so we'll have to see, but yeah. Ready Player One. Now I'll open these two. As I said, I don't know what they are. Okay, so that's not interesting to you guys, that's just lights for the truck. Okay. So my plans for the rest of the day is, like I said, I've got a client at 4 o'clock. It shouldn't take very long. It should only take about 15-20 minutes. So yeah, after that appointment, I'll go on my walk, which means I need an audiobook to listen to. First off, for Queen of Blood, I didn't really talk about how I felt about the book. I just said I finished it. But I did enjoy it in the end. I liked that, like, there was a very slight romance, but I liked that it wasn't between the two people that you originally probably thought it was going to be between, which is like the student and then he's not really a teacher. I don't know, it's really hard to explain if you haven't read the book, but they're called champions, and you go to school and you learn about how to control spirits, and then they take the champion, like the champion picks you, and then you get taken out into the field and learn a bit more, and then I get the chance to become one of the heirs for the queen. That's the basic idea of it. But yeah, when the champion first chose her, I was like, fuck, we're gonna have a romance here. But it wasn't. There was no romance between, I'm probably spoiling something, I don't know. But there's no romance between the champion and the main character. Like I said, there still was a little romance, but it wasn't overpowering or anything. It was just kind of there a little bit. There's only like one kissing scene, I think, that I remember, so the romance was good because it was barely there. This was a pretty intense book though. Like, it is a high fantasy, so there's a lot of world building, there's a lot to figure out, there's a lot to know, there's a lot of new characters, and luckily there's only like one race. Like, there's only the humans, and then there's the spirits, which is what they control, and you've got like earth spirits, air spirits, fire, water, blah blah. So yeah, it's quite interesting. I really enjoyed it. I'm keen to start the next book, and it ended like really violently, and I was like, okay, so gonna have to see what happens after now. Didn't necessarily end on a cliffhanger, like it ended roundly, but there's like 2 others in the series, so I've got to continue at some point, but I don't want to pick up them just yet. So I think the next book I'm going to pick up is A Closed and Common Orbit by Becky Chambers, which is the, I've got a cut on my finger, which is the second book in the Wayfarers series, I think is what it's called. I think the first book is The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet, and I really enjoyed that book, and I have started A Closed and Common Orbit before, but DNF'd it because I just wasn't enjoying the main character in A Closed and Common Orbit as much as I was in the first book, because they're companions, so they follow different main characters. But I'm going to give it another go. Well, I've got to give it another go because I have received the third book for on NetGalley, so I've got to read that audiobook and then read the third book, which I'll do physically obviously because it's on NetGalley. But yeah, so I want to give that one another go. Shut up. So yeah, on my walk I'll start listening to A Closed and Common Orbit, and then I'll update you when I get home from my walk. So yeah, that's it for now. I'll see you then. Hey guys, so this might be a bit of a boring reading vlog as I'm going to head to bed. It's about 11 o'clock and I'm starting to get tired, and I think it's because I've been staying up so late for like the last, I don't know how many nights, and it's starting to get to me. So I'm just gonna go to bed now since I'm feeling tired, and hopefully I'll fall asleep soon. But I have been listening to A Closed and Common Orbit by Becky Chambers. I'm pretty sure I said I was going to listen to that in this reading vlog at some point. But yeah, I started listening to it just before my client got here, and then while I went for my walk I was listening as well, and I've been listening to it all afternoon, all night as well. And I'm on 28%, which is around about 102 pages, so I'm pretty happy with that. I am enjoying it a bit more the second time that I've started reading it. I think the thing that threw me off last time was I didn't realise these were companion novels and that the second book would follow a different main character to the first book, and because I really enjoyed the characters that we met in the first book and I liked the main character in the first book, it kind of threw me off when we got to this book and it was a different main character. But I think I'm getting into it now, and we actually are following 2 different stories. One of them is an AI. I won't go into details of that, spoiler for the first book, but yeah, one of them is an artificial intelligence that gets put into a human body, and then, well, not human, it's like a human-like body. Anyway, and then the second point of view is from a 10-year-old girl who has been working in this factory thing. Like, there's a lot of mystery behind this side of it. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but she was working in this factory sorting like trash, like not trash, but like space parts, like mechanical parts, and whether they were trash or not trash. And then there was an explosion and there was a hole in the wall, and her friend got taken by like the people that run the place or something, and she ran for it, and she found herself in a broken down ship that has got a AI system running in it, and the AI is trying to teach her about the world outside of this factory she was working in, because she literally doesn't know anything from outside of what they had to do and how they functioned in that factory. So the AI is trying to teach her, and it's really amusing because the AI has no idea, it's an AI, but yeah, it's a female voiced AI, so I'm gonna call it a she. But yeah, she goes basically just from what she can find as fact, and then tries to help this girl trying to navigate life. It's quite amusing so far, but yeah, I am enjoying it. So yeah, that's my update for Closed and Common Orbit. I am enjoying it, and I'm keen to get to the next book. But yeah, I might listen to a little bit more now, but I think I'm just going to wrap up this reading vlog here, and I'll edit in the morning. I won't worry about editing it. Fuck my life. I won't worry about editing it tonight. I'll do it in the morning, as right now I'm just going to go lay in bed and go to sleep, hopefully. So yeah, I'll see you in tomorrow's reading vlog, which is the last day of Biannual Bibliothon.
We were falling in love.